Hey, it's the Knight of Rosen here, and, well, before I start the video, I'd just like to say that, yeah, this is something completely new. I wanted to try something fresh and new, so, yeah, this isn't a replacement for my regular channel content, but, I'd really like it if you'd give it a chance, because, it's something I'd like to start doing as, like, a series, perhaps. Yeah, don't worry, I'll still be doing my other stuff. Oh, also, you've probably already noticed that I've changed my channel name. And the reason behind that is I no longer want my name to be associated with Michael Rosen, due to all the things he's been doing. So yeah, I'm changing it back to my old name that I used to go by, before I created this channel. Alright, let's get on to the video. Alright, so for this first episode of this new series, we are going to be covering a game I have quite a big history with, Primal Carnage Extinction. The sequel to a game called Primal Carnage that was actually good. You probably already knew that this review was about Primal Carnage Extinction, but, well, I guess I'm just doing this for all the illiterate fucks out there. Now, before I go and talk in depth about Primal Carnage Extinction itself, I think it's only fair to give a bit of a history lesson on the original Primal Carnage as well, and all that led up to this wonderful abomination of a game. Right, so it all started in around 2012 when my mate Dino the Shit King told me about this new game coming into beta soon called Primal Carnage. Now, I was a big fan of dinosaurs, so when I heard about this, I was absolutely ecstatic, and I instantly pre-ordered the game. And honestly, I did not regret that. That game was one of the best games I'd played in a long time, and it's still good. I played it casually on and off for a while. Absolutely loved the beta. It was probably the best version of the game. Kept getting updated, kept getting new items, new changes to the game, balances and such. But then, after a while, it just stopped. And it was stopped on an update that wasn't very good, 1.3. Which was infamous for having a lot of bugs and issues. Yeah, especially balance issues. Ooh. But it wasn't all bad news, because eventually we got word of this brand new thing coming soon. A sort of like sunshine on the horizon, I guess you could say. And it was an update called Primal Carnage 2.0. It was going to fix all the problems of Primal Carnage and just make everything better, bring back life to the game. And we were all looking forward to it. The entire community was excited. This was what we'd all wanted. But then something not very good happened. It was announced that Primal Carnage 2.0 had been given to a new developer. The old ones had gone bankrupt, and it had been handed to Circle 5 Studios. Oh. And they were going to make it into a full game that we'd all have to buy again. Yes, even the people who pre-ordered the original Primal Carnage would have to buy this new one called Primal Carnage Extinction. Fitting name. Now, understandably, most of the community were not very happy about having to rebuy the game. But even so, we stayed hopeful. Because we wanted to enjoy Primal Carnage, we wanted it to be a good game, again, but we had no idea what to expect. We just stayed hyped. We were hyped. There was no good reason to be hyped, really, but we were. Hell, I was hyped. There were people arguing in the forums about whether or not the game would be good or not, how bullshit making us pay for the game again was, but even through all that, we were all hoping that it would be a good game. And then it released. In like late 2014, the first build of Primal Carnage Extinction came out. And oh boy was it shit. It was genuinely one of the worst fucking games out there. Everything was broken, nothing played well. Yet we still tried to enjoy it, we still wanted to believe it would be good. Hell, even I fucking lived in, like, doubt, like, I was, like, telling myself, oh, this game will be great, just give it time, it will be great. How wrong I was. I stayed with the game for months. Played like 140 something hours. Looking back on it, I really wish I hadn't spent that much time playing the game because, oh, it was not worth it. It was such a bad game. But, yeah, I kept playing. So I wanted it to be good. The community was fucking cancer, I can tell you that much. Full of fucking little kids having dinosaur sex fucking roleplay. And of course, when the community is kids, it's bound to be some dodgy people doing some dodgy things. I won't talk too much about Floofy, but let's just say he did some fucked up things. And then there was also the developers of the game. Most of them didn't talk much. Apart from Apoc, who was very... Well, he was probably the more professional one. He gave hope for the community and was pretty decent about it. Yeah, he was like one of the only respectable ones, really. The other ones were all quiet. None of them really did anything. None of them seemed to really care. And then there's the most famous of the devs of Primal Carnage Extinction. Good old Dinosauriac. Now Dinosauriac, what can you say about Dinosauriac? He was so boastful about how professional he was. Despite the fact that he was absolutely the most unprofessional person you could ever hope for. He would rage at people who were criticizing him in the Steam forums. He would ban just about anyone who was negative. Oh. We had some fun memeing about him, I'll tell you what. That's pretty much all the game was good for, memeing. Because everything else was terrible. The gameplay was garbage. Like, I swear, it's often like, it would feel like a good example would be the shotgun was better at range than the sniper rifle. Yeah, try that out for some logic, eh? And well, one big problem that was with the original Primal Carnage is that the Raptor's pounce was just too overpowered because there was nothing humans could do about it. They just right click and oh, you're dead. Now, originally Primal Carnage Extinction had actually fixed this issue. It was one of the things they actually did better than the original. But they reverted it. Why? God knows why. But they did. And well, as a result of how shit the game is itself, all the community does is roleplay. There's like a bunch of roleplay servers, where a bunch of sexually fucking intrigued little children go to fucking wank their little dicks off to dinosaurs fucking. Like, God. That's seriously the only fucking servers with any players on them. Because everyone knows that the game is actually shit. Even the people who play it and say it's great, they don't actually like the gameplay. They're just in it for the dinosaur sex roleplay. Alright, now with a little rant/story part out of the way, let's talk about the game as it is now. First, we'll go over controls. The controls of the game are actually pretty good. The dinosaurs control fine, the humans control fine. The animations are good, for the most part. We'll get onto that a bit more. And, yeah, the game actually, like, functions pretty well. But, before you start handing out credit to the developers, keep in mind that they didn't actually make any of those. The animations, the controls, everything that is ripped straight from the original Primal Carnage. The only thing they did was tweak it a little. And that's where the animations being good comes in. Not all the animations are good, because there are a few new animations, and well, the new animations aren't that great. Just put it that way. Gunplay in the game, it's a bit weird. the hitboxes don't seem to always match up, and often they lag behind the dinosaurs when you're firing at them. Like, a good example would be, often when a raptor jumps and you fire at it, you won't hit because sometimes the hitbox will actually stay on the ground. Yeah. So often you'll have to actually shoot under the raptor when it's in the air to kill it. But no one really plays Primal Carnage for the humans. It's all about that dinosaur gameplay. That is the selling point. Well, other than the sex. But, pretty much, they're actually all pretty weak, except the raptor, really. Because the raptor, well, of course, obviously, you gotta make the raptor great, so all the fucking blue role players, Jurassic World blue role players can fucking feel great. But, the rest of them actually kinda suck. Like, the Rex can be good, the Tyrant class. But they're all clunky, and they're just bullet sponges, really. If you know how to play them, they can be good, but it's hard to learn. The Pteranodon, the Flyer class, well, they're pretty much scouts. They're not that good at fighting. You can pick up humans as the Terror, and you can also like ram people as the Tupa, but they're not that combat effective. Oh, and then there's the poor Spitter class. Dilo and Cryo, oh, that's just a sorry sight. Just don't bother playing them, okay? In fact, just don't bother playing the game at all, it's not worth playing. Trust me on that. There was this bug that was a while where the Cryolophosaurus, its spit would actually pretty much one-shot humans on touch. Because, well-made game. And they did actually fix that, which is rare. Oh, there's also the Bruiser class, the Carno. But, he's not really too special, he just runs into people and has health. It's not really that great. Overall, the gameplay, there's a lot to be desired, really. It's not very good. It's plain and simple. Now, you may be wondering, how did Primal Carnage Extinction get to a state where it was so bad that no one actually plays it other than for roleplay? Well, the simple answer for you is skins! Oh yes! Wonderful. Dinosaur skins. Now, the devs seem to only care about skins, to be honest. Probably because they make them a shit ton of money. Who would have guessed money's involved, eh? Never would have guessed. Never. Not in a million years, no. But they're not even good with the skins, to be honest. There are a few good skins, like the Alpha series, like the Alpha Raptor and Carno and that. But then there's some really shit ones, which is like, the Brimstone and Frozen Nova Raptors. Like, fuck, they just took the Feathered Raptor, right? Put it up in Photoshop, fucking smack some red up there, you got a Brimstone Raptor! Fuck yeah! That's some good skin making right there. Then, after a while, they got so sick of fucking making skins that they just said, fuck it, let's make the community make our skins. So now they don't even make their own skins, they just get the community to make them for them. So then they pick out the ones they like, and put them in the game. So they don't actually make anything now. It's just community driven. It's great. It's great. And there's also, you're talking about skins, you can't not mention the taunts and cosmetics. Oh, wonder where they got that idea from. Couldn't possibly be every Valve game ever made, could it? Nah, it's a unique idea. Very good idea. All for the low price of all your fucking money. Now, Primal Carnage wasn't all bad. There were some few good things, but in all honesty, they had nothing to do with the game itself. More to do with the people who played it. I made a lot of friends on Primal Carnage Extinction. A lot of those people I'm still friends with today. Hell, some of my best friends were from the Primal Carnage Extinction community, like T-Rex Terra, Cyber. Well, I actually knew Dino the Shit King beforehand, so he doesn't count, but yeah. Kulkin, or however you pronounce his name. He's also a pretty good friend I met on Primal Carnage Extinction. Yeah. A lot of really good friends I knew all came from the Primal Carnage community. Of course, on the other end, there's a lot of bad people I wish I never met. One thing that was absolutely amazing, though, were all the memes that came out of Primal Carnage Extinction. Because when you have a game that bad, you get a lot of good memes, like, oh, maybe I'll like post have a few flash on screen of like some memes that we made, me and my friends, about this game. But, oh, it's a meme-worthy game, especially with a meme-worthy dev. Hell, I made a whole video series. We started a whole video series on the developer in Gary's mod that I did with Dino the Shit King. Maybe I'll post a link to that in the description as well. But yeah, that's one good thing they did come out of the game. Is a lot of memes that were just a lot of fun. Of course, they weren't fun for Dinosauric, but what's wrong with a little bit of fun at someone's expense, eh? As a conclusion for this video, I would not recommend Primal Carnage Extinction. It is just too terrible of a game to recommend. Don't buy it. Don't play it. The only thing you can do about it is joke about it, laugh at it, learn from it. Any future game developers out there, look at Primal Carnage and write it down. Make a mental note as, this is how not to do game making. Yeah? Got that? Yeah, good. Overall, I'd give it a 2 Dinosauriac turds out of 10. Not very good. It's not the worst dinosaur game out there. That prize goes to the Architect Project, but maybe we'll get to that at another day. Eh? That will be the review for this game. It's just shit. That's the final rating. Shit. It's bad. Don't play it. It's bad. But there is a potential silver lining. Something on the horizon, perhaps. Primal Carnage Extinction 2.0. Ooh. Why have I heard of that before? Why does that ring a bell? I'm not sure. But maybe when that comes out, I'll have to give it a second look, eh? Wink wink nudge nudge, hinting towards a future video, very subtle! Okay, bye. That's the end of the video. Fuck off.